Bam.
Good day, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm Brian Bacchus.
And I am Jamal Smith. And this is Altadena Talks. Brian is actually going to, kind of do some stuff in the background for a moment. I'm going to get today's episode started. First things first, this is a podcast that we do on a daily basis. Excuse me, on a daily basis to provide some resources to you for those that were affected by these Eaton fires. And this is specifically for Altadena. And first thing I'm going to share is a resource that was provided. You can feel free to go ahead and share that. And of course, I don't have it. Yeah. So it started yesterday, and it's called the Altadena Disaster Recovery. It's at the Altadena Disaster Recovery Center. It's 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena, and it's from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. When I let's see.
So, just so you guys know, that's right before you get to Casitas heading west on Woodbury.
Oh yeah.
I looked it up yesterday.
Had you gone there already?
No, I just looked it up on Google so I could see where it was. I hate trying to look for addresses that don't exist.
Right. So, what I'll also do, we want to provide the flyers because I think that's what a lot of people are able to do. You can take a screenshot of it so you can actually see, the information that's there. But if you also want to get some additional information, if you look at the top of the flyer, it's one of the resources that we've been sharing since we started this. It's the website for the LA County. It's recovery.lacounty.gov. And you know what? I'm going to share this tab now. And this is the actual website. So this kind of gives a little additional information about the Disaster Recovery Center. Again, it's open to the public, 9 to 8. Residents can speak with representatives from the county, from the state and federal agencies to access a range of resources and services to help the recovery process. It's serving residents affected by the Altadena fire. And again, the address is 540 West Woodbury Road. Let's see here, the little fine print or the last paragraph. Residents can also get help applying for federal assistance, receive updates on their FEMA applications for assistance, and learn about the appeals process. FEMA financial assistance may include money for basic home repairs, personal property losses, or other uninsured disaster-related needs, such as childcare, transportation, medical needs, funeral, or dental expenses. It is not necessary to go to the center to apply for FEMA assistance. The fastest way is to apply online at disasterassistance.gov or by calling 1-800-621-3362. So this is another great website that actually has a lot of great information for you. There's a little checklist what needs to happen before you can return to your properties. This is a nice little piece. A lot of this stuff has already been taken care of, where they look for the hot spots and making sure everything's fully extinguished. They do search and rescue to see if there's any survivors or any human remains. Hopefully they don't find any more of that. The roads must be cleared of any hazards, such as down power lines, fallen trees, and such. And one of the things that they're also doing right now, and you may have seen it on the news if anyone is actually taking a look, is part one, and these are done in different stages. But the first one, stage one of the recovery or the removal of the debris, is to remove items such as old TVs, lithium batteries, and those other electronic devices that have those materials which can be kind of toxic. Now, what they're doing with that initially and for a temporary basis, they're taking the items from Altadena and they're putting them in trucks, and they're taking them to Irwindale. So if anybody has watched the news, the folks in Irwindale are kind of up in arms about this because they're saying that they weren't notified that this is what's going to happen, and that it's just started. But the cool thing for you guys in Altadena is this stuff's going to be moved for those in Irwindale, it's for temporarily, it'll be an inconvenience, and hopefully, they truly take care of trying to make sure the stuff doesn't spray around or what have you. They're supposed to use water trucks to water it down when they're trying to package the things up. But ultimately, what's going to happen is the federal government's going to come in and remove that stuff permanently and kind of get rid of it. The next step, stage 2, is going to happen soon, and I apologize, I don't recall the details on what that particular one is. However, I'm going to share this other screen real quick. And this is something that, let me see, it's this link here. Brian. It's the Altadena Recovery Community Meeting. I'm going to actually show a screenshot from the actual YouTube channel. And this is something that I suggest you guys watch. This gentleman right here, he was actually talking about the different stages, and I kind of paused when I got to this, but you guys are able to kind of go back up there right now and see what's going on, and very, very soon you're going to be able to start the rebuild process or the selling or whatever you're going to actually do. So this is going to be very useful. So I suggest you go ahead and watch that. That's on the County of Los Angeles YouTube page, and then it's the Altadena Recovery Community Meeting. So if you go to their page and go to the live section, I can do that real quick. Their YouTube page, and then go to the live tab, or it's on the home tab right here. But in the future, if you want to see all their lives, you can go ahead and click there. On a slightly different note, today, just want to bring a little levity, some humor and what have you. What I want to show, I just found out that America's Got Talent. Where's the link? There we go. America's Got Talent is actually coming to Pasadena February 6th. And what they're looking for is comedians. And the beauty of this particular one is that it's going to be, the auditions are actually going to be held at the Ice House, our very own Ice House here in Pasadena. And it doesn't say that any funds or anything are going to be raised for the fire, victims, but this, I think, is a way for you to kind of get away from the stress of what you're going through right now for at least a couple hours. And also, if you're a comedian, or if you know somebody who wants to be a comedian and take a shot at, the big time, this is a great opportunity. Again, it's February 6th. It doesn't show specifically what time. We'll get more information on that as it comes up. It's funny, I just saw that on TV, and then I brought up the page. But this is your chance to shine, as it says right here in the flyer. All right. How you feeling now, B? Anything on your end you want to mention?
Yeah, I just want to say that we're broadcasting on 8 different channels today.
Ocho? Nice.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
How many more is that than we normally had?
3.
Oh, we were able to expand our reach. More and more people can kind of see us. That's awesome.
Take advantage.
Absolutely. Let me see here. There was, let me reopen that. Did you want to show that one link that we kind of show regularly?
Yeah.
At all? Just to recap, it's one of those things that we want to be able to share with you guys on a regular basis.
Get the screen back over here. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Do I have it open?
While you do that,
you do, but
while you do that, it's one of those on that one page I was talking about before, recovery.lacounty.gov. This is something that we did not talk about yet, and I'm not sure. I'm sure people at this point have it's affected them, but where to collect your mail. You don't have mailboxes anymore because, whole neighborhoods have been burned down. Apparently, this is what they're doing. So if you live in Altadena and received your mail from the Altadena post office, the U.S. Postal Service has reported that your mail will be rerouted to the Pasadena post office located on 600 Lincoln Ave. So that's, what is that, Lincoln and Orange Grove?
Yep, right on the corner.
Yep. So that wasn't even anything that I had even thought about until now. And I know you have a unique situation, so you didn't have to worry about that. But many people, hey, go to the Pasadena Post Office at Lincoln and Orange Grove, 600 North Lincoln or 600 Lincoln to get your mail.
Yeah, be prepared to wait there for a while because the part where you're going to go pick up your mail is on the far left of the building if you're facing the building. They have a special door over there with a little canopy and a table. And you come up and show your ID. They look at your address. They go get your mail. It's not going to be a quick process. So you're going to be waiting there at least 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes it's a little quicker. But yeah, I've already experienced that. It does take a while. And make sure your address on your ID matches the address for the mail. Okay, so we're going to go to the daily document that I always refer to because this is like the most important one that's been consistent all of these times. So ever since the fire started and ended, this has been consistently being updated. So right now it's showing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on here. So it's taking it pretty much to the end of the month, one more day. And it looks like a lot of things are in Los Angeles now. We got one at the Humane Society, but you're just sorting donations. This is for when volunteers. If you need anything volunteer-wise. We have yet to find out where, I guess Pasadena Community Job Center they need volunteers, but they're also doing distribution. So let's scroll on over here and see. Let me highlight this so everybody knows where we're at. Well, maybe it won't let me highlight it. It's one of those protected sheet deals. Okay, so let's see. No way to contact them on where they're located, and they have an IG, Pasadena Job Center, and you can go to Day Labor Network. So this is probably for people that want to help in traffic control, cleanup, fire brigade, stuff like that. Anything else down here that's close to Pasadena? Nope. All this stuff is remote stuff now, so they don't need any more needs today. So this is basically the volunteer sheet.
Right.
We're going to find another sheet that has where you can go get donations from. I did a podcast this past weekend in Monrovia for a friend of mine, Chris Los, and he did a 5-hour, what they call an Eden Fire Carathon. And what that consisted of was various people were coming in talking about the locale of what they're trying to do. They had like a fair out there, kids rides, and a guy making some great hot dogs. And all this was donated to the Carathon. So
didn't he have some music too? Like a guitar player,
yeah.
And that lady was doing live art.
Yeah, it was spectacular. I mean, I've seen these a long time ago, but not in this magnitude. So, and I was happy to be a part of it. I got to be on the podcast towards the end, and I'll probably be showing that later as a upload or something, but because it's like 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, that was cool. I was glad I was able to see you on that. I was able to see some of the other folks that participated in the Carathon. There was people who were speaking about their experience as former homeowners, and then also there were some folks who were talking about resources that were available, similar to what we're doing, right? So there's a lot of people that want to provide assistance, and this was actually a great way, another method for people to provide the information that they wanted to get out there for folks. We'll have Chris come on because he came on I think it was Friday, right? The day before the event happened. We'll have him come back on real soon to talk about what his interpretation of how it went, and what the results were. Because what he ultimately wanted to do was to formulate a document which would then be able to be dispersed to folks who needed the information that was provided on the carathon. And also, if you watch that particular episode, he mentions that this is part one of a two-part kind of event where get the community involved and help folks out. The second event is going to be I believe the end of February, and again we'll get him to come on to talk about it, but that's more of an art exhibit where some of the funds I believe will be provided for some of those that need assistance. But we'll have him come on board and tell more about it.
Yeah, that we will, because we're trying to do this in tandem with him. We might even do it from two different spots. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So, stay tuned for that. And I got a little surprise. So I don't know, as you all know, I've dabbed in the little producer area sometimes and a little bit of directing and stuff like that. Because, that's what Style Click Media is all about.
That's what we do.
Let us show you, baby. Let us show you. But I did a documentary for Black Wall Street called the Greenwood Avenue Project, and we premiered it in Tulsa. I think it was February 20th of 2022. Well, I'm in the process of finishing up the location for the premiere of it in California. So I'm going to be doing it in Monrovia. It's going to be February 27th and 28th, I believe. Let me look at the dates.
And we'll have a flyer on this very soon.
26th and 27th. Now, the place only holds 114 seats. So get your tickets quick, because you're not going to want to miss this. And we're actually having a Q&A afterwards with some of the survivors of the Black Wall Street massacre. So you're going to want to be there for that. I may stream it as well, but that's not in the making right now. But
definitely stream the Q&A. I think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, that probably would. But yes, I've been doing some stuff on the side, man. I kind of felt that since we lost all of our stuff in the fire. This was already planned, by the way, before this even happened.
Ironically,
so it kind of hits home where this might even give us some inspiration on how we can now make things better, because we don't want something like that to happen. It's not in this day and age. Who knows? We don't know how the administration that's in there now is going to be. They put a holds on all kinds of funding and grants and all kinds of stuff. So we're the applications for grants were supposed to go out Saturday. That's when they open the application process, and it runs till May 1st. So I'll keep you abreast on some of that stuff too as it unfolds, but that's where we are right now.
So when you say the for grants, it opened up, is that for nonprofits to get grants, or just in general for anybody to get a grant?
Well, I'm going to mention a couple of platforms you guys should probably be going to, and one of them, I'll actually put both of them up here, but the first one is Grant Watch. So Grant Watch charges $200 a year for you to access grants that may be available to you. They got grants for individuals, for business, for nonprofits, for pretty much everything. You just got to do your due diligence and actually go on to these sites and go search for stuff. Now, you can search for free. You don't have to, pay. But if you want to see the criteria, the details, and the request for proposals section, you have to pay for it. Now, you figure, what's $200 a year? That's what? I don't even know. Divided by 52, that's what, like 20 cents a month? $20 a month?
Something
maybe?
Cheap. Something cheap.
$15 a month. that you could probably get your first grant would pay for the whole thing and then some, then I would
Absolutely.
suggest that you buy it for 5 years subscription because you might not have the money to do it when it comes time for renewal. That's the
Right.
story of everyone's lives. I forget about renewals all the time.
No doubt. Well,
So
quick question: is Grant Station, is it the same cost as Grant Watch?
no, Grant Station costs about $600 or $700 a year. But if you're a nonprofit, you could go sign up with TechSoup, and TechSoup will give you all the amenities. But you got to be a 501c3. You can't just be a local nonprofit. So Grant Watch and Grant Station would be the two things you would go for. Now, if you do have a 501c3, I would suggest registering with grants.gov as well, because right now, all the grants we're getting right now from FEMA and everything is from the government. So you might as well go on their site to look for grants as well.
Hmm.
And they might even open up some specialized grants for the fact that for fire disaster victims. So I'm trying to give you guys the inside scoop. I normally charge to give you this information, trust me, but this is a special situation because we all need money. And I'm not going to hold back the information to everybody because, I want to charge you for it. I still got people that pay me for it, it's just not nobody near the fire scene.
Right.
So, and they don't need it right now. You guys do. So Grant Watch and Grant Station. Now, if you really want to break it down, you can type in california.grantwatch.com and it will give you everything in California. So you don't have to worry about going to sift through all the United States available grants. And you'll be amazed. There's over like $100 billion or more of grants out there that the government has to give you
Each year.
each year. Foundations or by law have to donate 5% of their revenue. So if they got $500 million, they have to give up 25 million of it every year for charity. So why not take advantage of this?
Yeah. Get a piece of that.
You deserve it. I mean, here we go.
Absolutely.
So,
And if you don't have, hey, there's an idea. Hey, if you don't have a program together at this point, this is a fine time to start doing it. I know that a lot of you have lost, of everything. But as you start rebuilding and understanding what the process that you're going through, you might discover that you have an interest in doing some things that perhaps you didn't have the opportunity to know about before, especially when it comes to helping other folks or providing a service to other folks. So, in an effort to get that started, it might be a benefit to go to these websites and actually start looking to see if you can get some funding to start your program off, and this would be good for you. So, something to consider.
So Elaine's previous comment was Skip is good too. I don't know what she was referring to, but
Probably a website for grants.
oh,
I'm hoping.
okay. I have no idea. And then Corey, my old fourth grade friend, hi Corey, says Andrea Grace Howe can get you on. Again, I don't know what that means, but in order for me to understand the comments as they come up, I got to know what we're talking about. But
Yeah, we need.
um,
Yeah.
like if you guys need to start a nonprofit, and let me tell you the benefits of starting a nonprofit, because if you work for yourself or you work for the government, you can defer some of your taxes into your nonprofit. You can't use the money, but you can control it. Oh, okay, that cleared that up. She was asking somebody to get on. We can't see the link, so it just looks like a comment. Sorry, Corey.
Oh,
Okay, we get it. Skip, hello, Skip. Hey, Skip, what's happening? Okay, so it's
I'm gonna go check
goofy.
it out.
But if you do need help, assistance with your nonprofit getting started, I do nonprofits. So I get grants for nonprofits. I do everything for nonprofits. This has been something that I don't tell anyone because it's kind of, I keep it close to the cuff. But I sit on 7 nonprofit boards, and I've been successfully getting money for 2 of them. The other ones are either in the beginning stages or they simply aren't doing anything with it. I just keep their taxes up to date. That's pretty much it. But I try to be active on all of the boards I sit on because I'm more like the compliance officer. Like, I will look at your nonprofit and tell you why you're not getting money. Real simple. And it's only 2 or 3 platforms I need to look on to see if you're up to date, if your statement of information has been renewed, if you're not suspended. I know a lot of people get suspended for their nonprofits for not filing their informational returns.
Hmm.
Real simple. I mean, it's not like you paying for anything. It's free. I mean, it's not free. It's you're not paying anything to have it. You still have to pay to file it, but still.
It's minimal. I mean,
Oh well, Andrea, come on in. You walked right into the nonprofit is right. We are going to get you straight. We weren't even going to be talking about this. This is a whole different show. We'll probably do that one tomorrow in full blast, but I'll give you guys some tidbits.
That's the beauty of this platform. We can talk about anything.
Exactly. If you go to my website right now, and the SSL might not be renewed because I bought it 16 times and they still won't fix it, but it's a safe site. I don't know why. Dude, I'll just show you this list. I done spent $500 on SSL certs, and none of them will attach to the website. It's stupid. But I think the haters are out there trying to prevent me from being a millionaire or two. Anyway, if you go to Brian, in fact, I'll put it up here because people are always messing up my name. So,
What they put? Brain.
no, it's always Brian Buttkiss, Buckus, back that ass up, back ass. So
Yeah, that never happens. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
man?
never. Yeah. So that's how you spell my name and my website right there. So if you go to my website and then you click, in fact, I'm going to go to my website for you. How about that? And we'll walk you through how to get rich quick legally.
Yeah, the SSL's not on.
Yeah, so I'm just going to bypass that and go right to the site in its beautiful looking splendor. Hold on. All right, let's go to present. Okay, here we go. So, can you guys see that okay? Let me...
Can you make our faces smaller?
Well, no, I need to make this smaller so it fits right. Because that other way is too big. Okay. So now if you go up here to where it says business credit and then you click on business credit tips, then when you scroll down here to, it's all kinds of good stuff here. You can learn how to do all kinds of stuff with your business, list of free tools and stuff. But these 2 sections, forming your nonprofit and after forming your nonprofit.
So sections 10 and 11.
Yes. So these 2 right here, I'm going to open them up. I don't know if it's going to stay in the same window. Did it? Yes, it did. Okay. So this section right here tells you how to open up your nonprofit, how to determine your corporate structure, develop a business plan, recruit a board of directors, appoint a registered agent, file articles of incorporation, file your initial report, which is the statement of information to show who your officers are and all that stuff. Obtain your EIN, draft your bylaws and a conflict of interest policy, hold your first board meeting, open a nonprofit bank account. And the reason why you got to hold the first board meeting first is because you have to approve bylaws that says who's going to be on the bank account, who's going to be handling this, who's going to be the treasurer, the CFO, whatever. Then you open up the nonprofit bank account. Then you register with the Office of the Attorney General. So that's only if you receive donations. You got to do that within 30 days. Then you apply for your federal tax exemption. You can either apply to the long form 1023 or the short form 1023 easy. Depends on what type of nonprofit you have. Then after that, once you get your 501c3 back, you will then apply for the California state tax exemption, which you'll be filling out 3500A, because the reason why you don't fill out 3500 is because that's if you don't have your nonprofit status yet. So you go get the 1023 done first, then you can apply for the 3500 with the state. The reason why you do that is because you have to be nonprofit exempt for the state and for the feds. If you're only for the feds, the state can start taxing you for your nonprofit every year. Then this is still up in the air. The BOI information. Actually, no, nonprofits don't need to do this. So I do say this right here. They're no longer required to report. So you don't have to worry about that. I just have it on there to disclaim it. Then you get your necessary licenses and permits, hire your core staff, which when you first hire people, you have no money. So they're going to be in the position as a volunteer. But when you get grant money for your program, you will retroactively pay them for what they've been doing. And that's very legal. So you just make sure that you keep track of their hours, all the time they spent, document it, because then that's time stamped, and that's how it'll work.
And real quick, for Elaine, for those folks who can't access the website directly, what you want to do, you're going to get a little message that pops up. In the bottom left of it, there's a button that says Advanced. Click the Advanced button. And then at the very bottom, it says continue to brianbaxes.com. In parentheses, it says unsafe. But go ahead and click that link anyway, and it'll get you to what you see here. It'll get you to the homepage.
So Elaine says, I know that I've run into folks who have been trying to get one from SBA but got turned down. I'm meeting up with the rep from SBA to find out how to get those low interest loans for those in need here in Altadena. You're talking about the $40,000 loan that they give? Now, you should be able to get that, but you're going to have to talk to the rep to find out what's blocking them from getting it. Like if the house was covered in insurance. If you're a renter, you should be able to get up to $40,000. I did look at that. And if you lost some business, you can get anywhere from $200,000. No, if you were the property owner, you can get SBA loan for up to $200,000. Now, if you are the business or a nonprofit, you can get a loan up to $2 million. But it's got to be an established nonprofit that's doing something for Altadena or Pasadena. Okay. Corey says, I will be creating one for housing and development. I was on Key's show earlier. I will be calling you later. Oh, yeah, definitely come on here. In fact, we're going to be talking about nonprofit stuff tomorrow. So if you want to be on the show, I'll send you a link and you can appear and, talk. That's another thing. Money is about to be given out. So those of you who do have nonprofits, let's form like a coalition, because some of you have nonprofits, but you're only state. You can get a fiscal sponsor, such as, one of the established nonprofits that are already established. And then that way you can go up under their belt to apply for your grant. And then Elaine says, for those who can't open your site given errors, how do you do it again?
I just
you just answered that? I'm late on the comments. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you see it. Okay. So, yeah, the nonprofit ones, you're going to have to really show that you've been doing stuff. This is why I always tell people, when you form your nonprofit, the most important thing about your nonprofit is events. If people can't see what you've done, they don't care.
Yep. And you won't get more money either.
Yep, I'm telling you. And Alan Shea on Instagram says nonprofits should be a course offered in high school and college. You're absolutely right. But I'm now offering it. It's called the School of Style Click Media. We can help you too. All you have to supply is the ambition and the determination, because it is a lot of work. And as a compliance officer for most of these, when I show you the list that you have to complete, you're going to want to pay me to do it. And that's usually how I use my pitch.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. People are like, hey, I want to get this done. And we're like, hey, you got a couple options. Here's a document that breaks it down literally step by step, or we can take care of it. And a lot of people, they don't have the time, or the technical know-how, or, the desire to walk through all those steps. Sometimes they're intimidated by it. Even though if you do each step, you get the knowledge and get better the more you do it,
Right.
But then they refer like, hey, can you just take care of this for me? Because that way it gets done quicker, done correctly, and you don't have to worry about it.
No, you don't. And also, after you launch your nonprofit, remember you need a website for it. You need to do marketing. You need community engagement, and you need a what they call an inaugural fundraising event. So I hate
Say
saying certain words
that
like that.
again 10 times fast.
No, no. Yeah, I wasn't a politician, so I'm not trying to learn those words that try to trick people into buying snake oil. Uh, my knowledge is up here and on this paper, so I
Right.
don't need to speak to you, but I do all the time. But anyway, going back to the website, you have to do a lot of things. So you have to first get the idea, then formulate it, create whatever program you're doing first. Then you file the paperwork. And that's the biggest chunk of it. Like 60% of it is the paperwork. So, and I'm showing you the basis, and that's like 19 steps, right? So if I go to the second section, let's go back. And then this is after forming your nonprofit, right? So here, first thing you got to get if you want to get some money from any grant place, and they want to give you like 6 figures, you have to get insurance. Now, insurance for any nonprofit that I've pretty much dealt with is going to be about $1,800 a year. Now, a lot of times you apply for grants and they will reimburse you that cost. But just remember, you got to come up with it up front or else you're not going to qualify for the grant. And this is what eliminates a lot of people from getting grants, is because they won't do their due diligence and put the steps in order to have their thing look solidified and compliant. So I'm going to go over these little steps, and I hope people have time to listen, because I'm only going to do this one time on this show. I'm not doing it
Yeah, this
again.
is just an overview.
Right. So first thing, get the insurance. Now there is the I think it's National Insurance Alliance has created a website called insurancefornonprofits.com. Don't go anywhere else, because none of these business insurance companies have nonprofit insurance. And if you go here, they're like the broker for all of the insurances for nonprofits. So you don't have to go anywhere. They're going to tell you what it is, what your requirements are, because a lot of these grants want you to have $2 million of general liability, $2 million for directors and officers, and $1 million for supplemental auto insurance. They want you to have $1 million of workers' comp if you have employees. If it's just you fall under the directors and officers. And then they want uh, you to have at least 500,000 in personal property. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this. They say this is after the fact, but say you were running your nonprofit out of your home and you had business property insurance of $500,000, where this supplemental insurance for your nonprofit would cover your home because you had 500,000 insurance. These are points to ponder later on, because when you do this nonprofit, this is really like your job. In fact, you want to get to the point where you get enough grants to where you can pull a salary, and this can be your job. So all you do is nonprofit stuff all day. My goal is to not have to do any of the other things that I've been doing. My passion is helping people, and that's why I'm doing the nonprofit thing. So we're going to go to, I'm not even going to go through all of this because there's a lot, but when you get the insurance through the Nonprofits Insurance Alliance, they're going to make you take a mitigation and risk assessment plan. This takes up to 30 days. If you're diligent, it can take you 10 hours straight, like I did it. It's a lot. And I'm going to end up doing courses on these later so that people can follow along, because I've done it so many times that, each time is something new to learn. So
And in
each
fact,
time, yeah, go
no, I
ahead.
was just gonna say, in fact, one of the things we might want to consider is recording it and breaking down each step in a recording, because it'll be almost like a class, so people can kind of go through that, and then you know have a have a live session as well where there can be a Q&A at the end. But
Yeah.
the recordings be something they can refer back to. I think that'd be something we can knock out.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I missed any comments. Okay. So
Shout out.
Corey said, okay, I do development here and a broker with Freedom Path. I can get funding for businesses and buying homes, even if it is a nonprofit. Oh, okay. That's not good to know. Now, let's see. Elaine said, I wish I could figure one out with regards to helping people with getting themselves on point for home loans, fixing credit, repairing for purchasing a home. I do what you do and give a lot of free time and resources. Well, that is a nonprofit right there in itself, Elaine. Just, come up with a name and come up with your program, and that could be something that you can then transition into a profit for your business when they're ready to buy a home because you got them up to this stage. That'd be a good idea. Corey says, I can do the paperwork. I need a fiscal sponsor. I said, okay, Corey, you can do the paperwork. I'm going to get you. It's going to take you a while, but I'm going to give it to you. And I need to sit down. You have to have a consultation because I know a few shortcuts. So to save you time on long forms. Elaine says, would do it more often if I had some funds to pay for the lights. Well, you know what? That's the whole point of doing this and looking on those 2 websites I gave you. I mean, there's over 17 sites like that. But the one that you really should be mainly concerned about is called candid.org. That's where all the foundations go to verify that you're a nonprofit in good standing and is able to give deductions. That site right there is the creme de la creme of the grant fulfillment sites. And if you get a membership, and they usually start off at $500 a year, you can look up all of the people who are giving grants in a particular city and then look at all of their tax returns to see who they've given to in the past so you can see if you fit the bill. There's a lot of people don't know this. Okay, Corey's asking Elaine, figure out what? And then Elaine said, Corey Bish, you're a nonprofit business that would help with the cost of doing business while helping others where you aren't getting paid for doing these services. So that's a nonprofit. You do get paid for it though. So say if you got grants and you were, I gotta stop that real quick. So say you were doing a nonprofit and you got a few grants to cover what you're doing. You can draw a salary from that. So say, for instance, you get a grant for $50,000. You can actually draw a $30,000 salary from it and put $20,000 into the program. It's always expected that the directors and the staff are going to get paid. I mean, they're not exactly doing it for free. You start off doing it for free. So once you do that, and you've been doing this, but you got to keep track of your hours and your time and all that, because if you don't, there's going to be problems when you try to take a chunk of money and then put it in your account. And then they go, well, where's the proof of this? Most of these grants are going to ask you to send them records of any previous costs you had. So make sure you keep all your receipts. If you do log in, I got a free CRM that you can go create, register with. That will allow you to keep track of your time, keep track of tasks, create projects. And I've been using it for all 7 of the nonprofits that I deal with. And the only time I actually had to pay for it was for one of the nonprofits that has over 20 members, and we needed some more functionality. And so it only cost us, I think, like $950 for the year for 50 users, and we only have 20. So it has room to grow. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to put in place. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Corey said, you don't want to get paid. I was going to try to say, you need to get paid. You're doing it for free.
Nah, there's ways to keep doing what you're doing to get paid. And that's what B was just talking about. We can break it down.
Well, see, y'all, I love the fact that y'all even communicating amongst yourselves. This is beautiful.
That's what's
see, making connections within the community. But getting back to the tab, You got to do the mitigation and risk assessment plan. This also will help you create your policies that you need for all aspects of covering your ass on the insurance, such as your governance structure. Somebody needs to be in charge of your articles of incorporation, bylaws, all that. Your board of operations, and you guys can read this yourself. Human resources, you're going to need that. Some of you are going to be wearing 6 hats. Don't worry about that. When you start getting funding, then you'll be able to start paying people or get outsource it. You know, it doesn't cost that much to outsource HR. I'll be seeing stuff for like 99 cents a day or something just to do simple stuff. Programs and services, you are going to need somebody that knows what they're doing. So you will have to go outside of your normal circles to find people who are experienced with doing certain things. Client safety, you need a policy for that. Interpersonal relationships, you need a thing for that. Oh my God. People are killing me with calling. I cannot talk to you right now. I am busy.
You are popular.
Wait. Okay. Client safety, interpersonal relationship boundaries, miscellaneous items, creation of policies for your nonprofit. Most of those are going to be policies, the first 9. And facility, site safety. Some of these I didn't put on here because they are grandiose. And if you're not really doing them, don't worry about them. If you are, then we'll go over those. Crisis management, volunteer risk, and risk management strategies. Now you do all the stuff above you that I just showed you. Then we get into the nitty gritty of it all, right? So I'm gonna make this a little screen. There we go. Make that a lot better. Okay, so
we show our digging deep, bro.
Hey man, I'm trying to give people what they need because
I mean, when we talk about this specifically, it's gonna be like a multiple part series.
Oh God, is it? It's a lot. And I took all these months to put all this together.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just go see where it's at right there. But
I
people sleep on me and they don't like to read. Reading is what's going to get you the money. If somebody told you I give you $1 million to read every day, 5 hours a day, would you do it? Of course you would. But guess what? You don't do it now and you could get the money. It's right there.
Exactly.
So online fundraising platforms, they have GoFundMe, Kickstarter, Indiegogo. Now GoFundMe, you can have that be your ongoing fundraiser. I've raised $11,000 on my GoFundMe just so that I can get vans to help people. The whole point is people will give to you if you're doing something with it, and you got to show them you're doing something with it. You can't just be like, I got the money and now I don't give you any updates, because these people want to know what their $50, $100, $300,000 went to. So you got to show them. Now, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, don't go there if you're not prepared to not raise the funds that you were trying to acquire, because those two give you 30 or 60 days to raise whatever funds you're trying to raise. But if you don't raise it, they kick all the money back to everybody who gave it to them. So be careful of those two. Now, these ones down here, I think I talked about 2 or 3 of them already. Foundation Directory Online by candidate.org. It gives you a comprehensive database of foundations and grants. Please explore these sites because this is where the money is. So I talked about GrantWatch. I talked about grants.gov. Philanthropy News Digest just tells you a lot of places that are requesting for proposals and deadlines for grant applications. CRMs, so customer relationship management, how you keep track of your nonprofit's daily stuff. You need a CRM. You need to have one set up to go on your website so that people can contact you through your website, through social media, whatever you have. Now, all of these ones at the top here are great, but they cost a lot of money. So if you're not ready for these first 5, go please explore them, but they cost a grip, because they figure if you are on this particular type of nonprofit CRM, you're bringing in $100,000 a year or more.
Yep. Yeah, I used to use Salesforce. Salesforce is amazing, but to your point, it's pricey. Super.
Yeah, they don't even give you like a year trial so you can figure it out. It's like, no.
That's enterprise level stuff.
Software used to give you enterprise level stuff for the test drive because they wanted your business. Now they don't care about you. They're like 14 days. Get out of here. But this one, Bitrix, this is the one I use. So, and I use it for everybody because it's free and it's free forever, unlimited. So, you want to check that out, test drive it. I have done some videos on it, but for private nonprofits to show them how their particular one works. So, I really can't show you those, but I may be able to make some videos later on to discuss that. That's not a priority though. So your email marketing tools, how are you going to get money? You got to tell people, right? So that means you got to come up with some marketing techniques. MailChimp and Constant Contact are email marketing tools. They work great as long as you have the emails. Back when I was on LinkedIn, actually I'm still on LinkedIn and got like several business pages and nonprofit pages on LinkedIn, which is where you should be if you're a nonprofit, because Coca-Cola and everybody's on there, so they will see you and go, you know what? They're up and coming. They're doing a lot of things in the community, especially if it's Altadena. They're going to really shoot you some money because they want to be able to say, we gave this nonprofit stuff money to help Altadena. Everybody's trying to get on the bandwagon, so just pay attention to that.
Hey, Elaine, let me pop in. Elaine mentioned Go High Level, which is a CRM that I've seen a
That
lot of
costs a
companies.
grip.
I know, but it's still
How much that cost?
It's not like Salesforce though, for sure.
How much that cost, Elaine? That's I need to know the cost, because you're starting off with no money to begin with. Unless somebody says, "Here's $10,000, go get your nonprofit started, compliant, and going." You're still going to spend about $5,000 getting it compliant. Is that $97 a month? No, that's too high. That's too high. Not for starting out. But if that's something you already use, then use it because you're already paying for it for your other business. But for people starting off, they're not going to want to pay that. They're not. So, oh, I forgot. Let's see. So Elaine, earlier, I'm going back to old comments. Elaine says, I understand the nonprofit side work for prototypes and assist in grant writing is coming up with something like Naka.com, but not as stringent. You don't want to go that dang deep, girl. That's a conglomerate.
Yeah. You just want to provide the intel.
Well, Corey, they've made a connection. We need to talk. Freedom Path does exactly that, but you get paid to do it.
Get paid. Okay.
Get paid, girl. Stop playing. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like $3.99. I'm telling you. Right? Here's the thing. By the time you start getting money, you're going to realize how much money you're going to need to spend on stuff. So it's amazing that you know. But I'm telling you, the one I'm trying to tell you is the best one out there. It doesn't cost any money. Please just try it. Stop looking for stuff that costs money or 14-day trials. I'm trying to tell you which one to use. Stop bucking the system.
Yeah, Bitrix is amazing.
Now, the social media management tools, if it's just you starting off, I wouldn't worry about these. Actually, I got some other ones I got to add here too. But Hootsuite, most of them will give you, some of these will give you a free account if you're only using one or two social media platforms. But if you're like me, and there's 250 social media platforms out there, and I'm using about 37 of them, then you're going to want a social media management tool. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it gets overwhelming. And sometimes you just want to post the same post on every last one of the platforms. Because remember, your audience is where you are not. So if you're on Instagram, but you're not on Facebook, or you're on Twitter, but you're not on Messenger or whatever, then you're missing out on the audience. I mean, every time, let me just give you the idea about this show. We broadcast on 8 different platforms. Actually, 4 are the same platform. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I broadcast to 6 Facebook pages. Then YouTube and Instagram right now. So Instagram is, I'm getting comments from them too. So I'm back and forth. But when I go on Facebook, I go to Messenger and then I send the live podcast to 50 people. So there's where your audience comes from. So, and it looks like you'll see like, oh, there's 10 people live, or there's, do you know, after we finish doing this show, there's like 1,000 people that have looked at this. It just doesn't show right there. That's the crazy part. So this is the reason why we give you all the information that we need you to have. So just roll with this. I'm trying to tell her. Here, girl, if you don't stop, go with Bitrix 24. Here, I'm tired of this. We're gonna put it up here. Here you go. Bitrix24.com.
Now you mentioned
that's all you need.
Yep. So when you look at the pricing, it doesn't show the free version. There's a little button to the left of where it says basic, which says $49 a month. If you click that lime one, it pulls over the free column, and it shows you.
Well, yeah, you're automatically going to go into the free one forever.
But when when you look for pricing though, all they show are the ones that cost.
Oh yeah, because they're not charging you for that one. They want you to go see. Oh, you can get all these amenities.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to make sure that folks did see that there was a free option, because when you first go there, it doesn't look like there is.
Oh, right. So getting back to the nonprofit resources. So there's TechSoup, Idealist, Charity Navigator, Nonprofit Hub, and GuideStar. Now these are the top ones. TechSoup is really to provide you with technology. So if you got a company of 10, you can get free Microsoft 365. That means it includes everything: Word, PowerPoint, all that stuff, Outlook, all that stuff.
Which is huge. And
your email. So you can get all that in one-stop shop. Also on TechSoup, but this is only if you're a 501c3. They won't do it for you if you just filed locally. Google for nonprofits. Now that's the one you want. And once you get up to being compliant, they give you $10,000 in ad spend for free per month. I'm going to repeat that. $10,000 in free ad spend per month. And they give you a nonprofit YouTube channel, which has more features than the normal YouTube channel. So, but you don't hear me though. I'm trying to tell you. So you guys can read through the rest of this. It's not much. Building partnerships, volunteer recruitment and management, impact measuring, reporting, all this stuff you got to keep track of, if you stay compliant with your email. With your nonprofit, email. And there you have it, folks. We have given you the skinny of skinnies.
I bet it's more than anybody was expecting today.
Well, we're full of surprises, but this is why it's called Resources for Altadena Residents who have been displaced by the fire. So let me just tell you all, it's not too late to start your nonprofit. We got 18 months to 2 years before anything happens up in those homes up there, those lots. People think, they keep hearing, oh, we can go up there and clean ourselves. Well, why would you do that when somebody would do it for you for free? Second, say you go up there and clean up your stuff. When they come in there and start bulldozing all that stuff, your house is going to be full of dust and soot again. Duh. Don't do it. Wait. Go up there and get what you need from your house if it's still standing. But, man, leave that spot alone. So, just remember, Corey, you still got to file a foreign document for
wherever you do business,
whatever
right?
state. Yeah. So if it's going to be, here's the thing. Don't worry about where you incorporate your nonprofit. You can incorporate it in your state. It shouldn't be that much of a fee because it's a nonprofit. It's not the normal LLC stuff. So, you get your EIN for free. You can go open up the bank account. If it's a party of one, what you need to do is you need to create what they call a board of directors waiver, meaning that you are the one that's the sole board of director and you're going to be responsible for everything. Wow, that's a lot for a nonprofit. You might as well register it in California. It's $30. I'm telling you. And then you can put your address for your 501c3 where you want to, because by then it'll be exempt anyway. Then you just give California the exemption letter along with your application and you're good to go. Hey, I wouldn't be paying no $300. That's a lot. That's too much. Yep, I agree with you. They are crazy. Wait, what? They got too many or something down there, or not enough? What is it? Well, I'll tell you, man. People try to rip you off every chance they get. But yeah, try Bitrix 24, and you won't regret it. You'll love it. Guess what? You'll wake up the next month, and go, "Oh, there's no cost. Let me use this some more." But it's the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. I've been using it for 5 years now. So, yeah, I think that was a good show today. I guess tomorrow we will do a deep dive into, going through the rigmarole of the nonprofits, but also, what do you mean? Yeah, but you'd have to create each one separately with a different email. Yeah. I'm logged into 7 accounts. Oh, and it also comes with a free downloadable app, and it's very useful. I'm telling you. Yes, I do it all day. In fact, let me show you. I gotta go.
Dang. Pull it up. We hit an hour mark already.
We're doing a let us show you again. Watch out.
Time flies.
Let's see. Let's do Bitrix 24. And then, okay, here we go. So let me share this tab. No, I got so many tabs open, I'm lost. I am lost. All right, hopefully it's at the top there. There it is. Okay, so here's my Bitrix accounts, right? So as you can see, I'm logged into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts. So each one of these is a different account that I use for either nonprofits or businesses. So these, let's see, 1, 2, 3 are businesses, and then this one, 1, 2, 3 are actually 4 businesses and 3 are nonprofits. 5 are businesses. 5. So I can log into any one of these. All I got to do is just click on it because I'm already logged in. So it shouldn't be any problem for you to log into your accounts. As a matter of fact, it does have drip campaigns, but you will have to actually, I think it comes with, you can build sites. Let me just go on here since y'all asking questions. I'm always asking questions. I'm just messing with you. So this is what the CRM looks like. It's fairly simple to use. And everything is on the left side. If you don't want to see this, you just click the button right there at the top, the hamburger menu, and then make that disappear. Once you get used to knowing what the icons are, then you can close that and give yourself more desktop space. But what this does is I have this set up to my website. And when people come on the website, what it does is it creates deals. So when somebody goes and fills in the form on my website to ask me a question or to chat directly with me, it will come here and fill in what the information is. And then you can go click on it and then it will open up and now you can interact with everyone. So this person created this from my feedback form on my website. Then this is that person's name. And it shows what time it was submitted. It was a web form. Then I can add new activity by communicating with them. If they're interested in paying for something or buying a product, then I can go to the products tab and create products right here. or services. I can also provide estimates, so I can send them quotes. It has a whole automation thing, so you can do drip campaigns, like you said. If this goes here, then you make it go here. So it's like a automation tool in itself. Um, it does a lot. There's so much. So what I use it for mainly is to keep track of tasks and projects. So here I will list all the projects of companies and individuals I'm working with. So some of these are my IT people. Some of these are other accounts, or I'm keeping track of certain things. So it keeps the time frame. So let's go into this one, okay? So this one, I'm registering Sin City Raiders Foundation with the following programs. And then these are all the programs that I'm registering with. And that's how long it's taking me to do it. I can put a deadline up here, but we're not complete. And it'll make you a whole checklist. Then you can come down here and keep track of any additional comments. And you can print this out for people if they needed to see it. So these are the different things that I can do with this platform. And as you can see, I've been using it for quite some time. It's got pages of crap. I got like, I don't know how many pages. But you can see I've been keeping track of everything, all my IT stuff, everything I do for every client every month. So I can make sure that I'm fulfilling my deadlines. So, yes, I did use 7 different emails. But I have companies. Well, no. Actually, I didn't use 7 different emails. When I created the CRMs for each one of these, I used the same email. They allow you to create as many as you want. I'm sorry, I didn't really pay attention to what you said. No, I did not use 7 different emails. What I did was I used my StockClick Media email to create each one of these. I became the administrator of each one as I created them. So I have full control over it. Now, your people won't see, your users won't see everything that you see. So you'll have to create a second account with another email so you can log in and see what it looks like when the users use it. So, they might not be able to see everything. Like with this, I can see everything. I can see the sites and stores, marketing, inventory. But there's sections up here where you can go change it to be able to switch it to, like, say, if I want to see who all the employees, right? So these will be all the employees that are on the company. If I wanted to see what automation was doing, I can see that. I can create new workflows. But some of these aren't going to be available for your users to see. So if you want to have a second admin, you would probably have to pay. And let me see what it's saying right now. So buy a plan. Hold on a second. So you got 4 basic plans for $49, $99, $199, $399 a month. Now, if you were doing this monthly, which I don't recommend, the prices go up. I'm gonna stay on the annually. So with the annually, you get 5 users for $49 or 50 users for $99. Those are the only 2 you really need to be paying attention to right now. And each one of these gives you all the features that you need. They give you a G drive to hook up to. You can hook up your email in it and all kinds of stuff. So you have a what do you call like a messenger, like a text message thing where you can send different companies different information, and nobody can see it but you and that person. You can set up your calendar so that you can tell what you got coming up. You got a whole calendar. You got online documents. So anything that you do, Word, whatever it is, you can create it here, upload it here. You do get a drive, so you see all my folders of all my clients, and I have all of their stuff separated by their name. The webmail is not set up on here because I don't use it. work groups and projects. So work groups are what you create. Like if you're going to go do something every month, then you would put that same thing in a work group. If you're doing a project, so projects are more like if you have a whole new client and you just want to keep everything about them separate. So you would then, in fact, where's the project? So anything that I deal with, any client, any project, it goes under projects. So you can see right here, I just keep track of pretty much everything. So this is the beautiful thing about this is it's easy to use, and it's not hard. Okay, so Elaine says, I do need my own site, but it's so hard to have it integrate with my NMLS accounts. I know you can pay a crap ton to get a real estate mortgage site, but I don't have those upfront funds. Then don't, I'm pretty sure all you need to do is embed your NMLS account into the site. We'll have to sit down and talk about that one of these days. But, I mean, that's the Bitrix 24 CRM in a nutshell. You see how easy it is to use. I forgot to even show you the most important part. Let's go back to it. So if I wanted to create a new task, I just come here, create the new task, and I'll say nonprofit follow-up with Altadena Talks podcast. Then I could start putting some bullet points. Create a webinar for the nonprofit segments. Send emails out. I can't even spell today.
Say inaugural.
Shut up. Interested folks. Say inaugural. Okay. I can't even spell it.
Oh,
how do you spell it? Spell it real quick.
I don't know. It's
if I spell it wrong, that's inarguable. Yeah, let's ask Copilot. Let's see. It doesn't know either. Oh, that's a beautiful thing too. This has built-in AI. I forgot to tell you guys.
INHURAL.
Say words I can't pronounce. So if you want to make a checklist out of this, you just come down here and hit checklist, and then it'll look at your stuff and just create a checklist. So it does all kinds of little fancy stuff. And then if you have a deadline, you just come here and say the 29th, I have a deadline tomorrow at 7. And I'm going to start this task on tomorrow at 9 a.m.
So B, I have to hop off real quick. Sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, we're finished anyway.
I got to do a little work on the house. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, because we still have lives. Okay. Anyway, stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to get busy with nonprofits and how you can help Altadena by forming one.
We gonna show you.
Let us, if you like.
That's right. Everybody have a great day.
Peace out.
Peace out.